I don't find that amusing.
It wasn't meant to amuse, but to prod you to hurry. It's midday already. You promised Ciri you'd train with her. Go before Vesemir bores her to death with those etchings.
So, later then.
See you later.
Greetings all and welcome to Vulpecula Media. I'm very excited to bring this to you. This is my new game plus. The build I'm using is my book canon hardcore Geralt build. I did try to record this beforehand. I've tried this once before. And I struggled to get the audio to sync up, so I threw that away and we're starting again. But yeah, without further ado, let's get to it. So, over the course of this, I want to relate the gameplay.
Shit. Mountain Pass is beautiful as ever.
That it is, Geralt, that it is. I want to relate the gameplay to the books as we're going through the motions. I'll try and be as completionist as possible while staying faithful to the book's version of Geralt.
Got any clothes that aren't black or white?
Undergarments.
Which is ironic because she sat wearing black undergarments.
Lilac and gooseberries, of course.
Geralt, stop fingering my toiletries.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Apparently I can't reach it from that side of the table.
You're running out of juice.
I know. You might bring me some more once you're done training.
It's a little reference to Yennefer's love of apple juice. Something that was brought up in the Netflix adaptation as well.
See, I thought Ciri could stand to wait a little longer.
It's uninstructive, not to mention unreasonable.
Well, let's be unreasonable.
I don't want to be reasonable.
Aha, so that's the way the wind blows. Go and train with her, then come back. It'll give me a chance to put my face on.
Of all the women I've known, you're the only one who does that before.
You've known many.
What's it matter? Only ever thought of you.
My. Right, so let's go down to the courtyard. the scene that we're about to see is actually based loosely on a scene from the book. In Blood of Elves, there is a sort of training Ciri, not montage, but a central focus for a chapter or two.
Old Witcher's fast asleep. Ciri's disappeared somewhere, of course. Guess she prefers practice to theory.
What?
Time to wake up, Master. These lessons so boring they put you to sleep too?
Damn it. After taking notes on ghouls and owl ghouls, wanted to rest my eyes a bit.
Making her slog through that brick? No wonder she took off.
John of Bruges lacks flair, true, but he's reliable. Not like the hogwash they print nowadays. She's tackling the pendulums, right? How many times do I have to tell her? Don't train alone. It only embeds your errors. Bring our young damsel to the lower courtyard. She wants to practice, she'll get to practice.
So, in this scene in the books, this is a great example, by the way, of how they punctuate Vesemir differently in the games to in the books. So, he does, in fact, in the books, teach her the difference between ghouls and owl ghouls, and she is equally as absorbent of the information, but nevertheless, she is Ciri, highly strung, eager to crack on and do the practical. But Vesemir doesn't fall asleep, so the games have a very... how do I say this? The games have made Vesemir a little bit more placid, a bit more senile, where he's a little bit more regimented in the books, as far as I recall. His age isn't something that you would tease, it's something that he's revered for, sorry. In regards to our response to this, we're going to say don't get mad at her, because this is in hindsight, obviously. But Geralt in the books at this point was a lot harder on Ciri, and a lot more dismissive of her, although clearly cared about her a lot. So if this were live book based, as it were happening, then I'd say we've spoiled her. But since this is a recollection from Geralt now looking back, we'll say...
Don't get mad at her.
Why the hell not? The whippersnapper refuses to do as she's told.
You like that about her.
Fine. I suppose I'm partly to blame. But this has to end. Now. Killing monsters is not something to be taken lightly. Ciri must understand that, if she's to become one of us. I'll see you below.
So here in the books, Ciri would be fighting 3 of these pendulums. And this is...
Wrong.
The very lesson.
Now I see why you were so eager to practice. Strike.
This is a very lesson that she's taught about counter-attacking and the use of impetus. Because she has to, in that moment we just saw,
pirouette.
which is why I paused. In that moment we just saw,
Wrong.
She
Footwork.
is going through the motions perfectly between the pendulums.
Enough. Get down.
But not finding enough room to pirouette.
With a flip?
What do you think?
To drive the force into the sack.
All right. Take off the blindfold.
That's also in the book. It reads very well.
You've got work to do. Your reflexes are still slow.
Maybe for a witcher.
Think drowners or striggers will go easy on you because you haven't undergone the mutations? Though in your shoes, I'd fear Vesemir more than any strigger. Disobeying his instructions? Unwise.
Well, yes, but that book was horribly dull.
I know. And you know that's no excuse.
I'm sorry. It won't happen again.
Yeah, sorry, as I was saying, I'm trying to let the cutscenes play out without interfering too much. But yeah, so in that scene, she's struggling to build the energy through a pirouette between the pendulum swings. And Geralt teaches her to basically bounce the pommel of the sword off of the pendulum coming towards her, so that she may strike the sacks attached to the pendulum the other side of her, thus cutting the need for a pirouette. And like he says just there, this isn't a circus. For this little interaction, I'm going to go with better not, because, like I say, this is retrospective.
Better not. Vesemir said if it does, he'll make you eat a bowl of slugs covered in salt.
You!
Exactly. So you'd best behave. Come on, we'll practice with the others down below.
Shall we run the walls?
Not this time. Believe me, you don't want to keep Vesemir waiting.
Love that little interaction there between Eskel and Ciri.
Anything to say for yourself, young lady?
I'm very sorry, Uncle Vesemir.
Young blood craves action, I understand that. But when you fight a beast, knowledge counts as much as your silver sword. At the very least, you ought to be able to tell a ghoul from an owl ghoul.
By markings, like unto the Panthera tigris that in Zerrikania dwells, and by the sickly paleness of its visage.
So you did read the chapter. Still, you should have asked if...
But you were asleep, Uncle Vesemir.
Couple of things. First of all, for those who aren't, capable with zoology, the Panthera tigris is obviously the tiger. So that reveals to us that Zerrikania is analogous to Southeast Asia, which is an interesting thing because Geralt's journeys in the books, I don't think, take him over the Blue Mountains to the east. The other thing I was going to say is that one of the lovely details here, and there are many, is that Ciri is wearing a crudely stitched together leather jerkin, and that is because in the books they don't have anything that would fit a small female child, so they make that for her. And then Triss comes along and makes her some more suitable clothes.
So you did the reading. Why not admit it right off?
Never pounce on an advantage as soon as it appears. Wait till it stands to have maximum effect. Uncle Vesemir's words.
Well, you're a quick study. Quick, but mischievous. Fine, we've talked enough. Geralt, you're with me, Lambert with Eskel, Ciri with the dummy.
Again?
Stop groaning and grab a sword. What do you think? Should we start by reviewing the fundamentals or go right to free training?
Let's skip straight to free training. No point going over the basics again.
Whoa! You really showed him, kid.
Ciri, get down here.
A little she-devil. Soon as she's back, we'll set her to polishing all the swords at Kaer Morhen.
Find that helmet?
Ciri?
I'll make sure to find every last blade for you. What the?
I'm never certain of who that is,
Vesemir.
because it's not got green or violet eyes, so it's neither of the people he's seen so far in this flashback that's not stood there when he discovers it.
I've long awaited this, and you, White Wolf.
No!
Oh, excuse me, it's very unprofessional. My phone pinging in the background.
You all right?
Had a nightmare.
About?
Take forever to explain.
Dawn's some way off. We've got time.
So, there's a fandom contest of who thinks Geralt talks too much and when. So, people who've mainly been exposed through the show think that Geralt talks too much in the games. And those that come up through the games tend to think that he talks too little in the show. In the books, they both agree he talks too much, but this is not the case. Geralt is involved in a lot of inner monologues and talks freely with the people that he knows, but is quite withdrawn and reticent to speak to people who he is distrustful of, which is just about everybody when he first meets them. With Vesemir, I imagine that he would say what he'd spoken about. He probably would protest first. But I think at this point, with the sagacity that Geralt achieved post-saga, he'd probably be open enough to say, I dreamt of Kaer Morhen.
Started in the guest room at Kaer Morhen. I was relaxing in a tub, and next to me,
Triss?
Ugh, no.
Yennefer. Funny, isn't it? She's never been there. Seemed so real in my dream, though.
Was she nagging you about something? True to life, indeed. We'll find her.
The common link between the witches at Kaer Morhen in both the games and the books is that nobody seems to particularly like Yennefer, which is bang out of order. They're very sarky about her. The other thing I want to say before I forget is that when we see Eskel in that flashback, because in the game, when we get to the Battle of Kaer Morhen, in the game they could pass it off as just the passage of time, but at that point in the books it said that Eskel and Geralt looked like brothers, the only thing being the difference between their hair colour and the gnarly scars on Eskel's face. And so they have made some serious design changes to how Eskel and Geralt interact. One thing that hasn't changed though is that Lambert is consistently a prick.
In the dream, I went and found Ciri. Then we trained.
Those were the days. Little she-devil. I've trained kids who were faster, stronger, but none had her character. Didn't end well, did it? Your dream?
No. The Wild Hunt appeared, Attacked Ciri. I couldn't move, stood there like a stump.
It was just a dream.
One of the lovely, heartwarming parts of the first book in the saga, Blood of Elves, is watching the general reaction amongst the Witchers to Ciri, which is originally one of disappointment and burden because she's a girl. Watching them shift to a surrogate family that love her and are genuinely sad when she leaves in the spring.
Be dawning soon. Time to go.
Wait. Show me the letter from Yennefer. Might have overlooked some hint in there.
Didn't overlook anything. We were meant to meet in Willoughby. That's what she wrote. Meanwhile, one army or another burned the village to the ground. All we can do is follow her trail, so...
Stop talking for a minute and give me the letter. Oh, how about that? It does smell of lilac and gooseberries.
You were gonna read it, not sniff it.
We must meet. Soon. Willoughby near Vizima. Nothing else to guide us
That
there.
comment about sniffing it is very Geralt.
What's this postscript? I still have the unicorn?
And his response would definitely be,
That's private. Very private.
Aha, I understand. At least I think I do. Maybe not entirely, but perhaps that's for the best.
Back on topic. How's it look? How far behind Yennefer are we?
2 or 3 days. Trail's fresh, but it looks like it leads towards the main road. Could be muddled there. Wait, hear that?
I hear it. I smell it. Ghouls.
Right, just quickly, guys, I want to apologise for the fact I have a very clicky keyboard, and combat is going to sound super clicky. I also seemingly have a very wet mouth, so I apologise to any misophonics out there, yeah, that's how you pronounce it, misophonics, who don't like the sounds or find it hard to focus through it. One of these days, I'll get my hands on a pop shield. Just keep forgetting. Alright, let's go. See? This is what I mean about strong attack Geralt. He's too slow. There you go.
Of course. When armies pass, necrophages follow. Let's go before any more show up.
Let's get this crystal.
Bird skull in black crystal. Why do I think this is Yen's?
Now I am going to do a bit of looting. Because it's necessary. I sold all of my supplies before I started the New Game Plus. I'm getting a little bit of stutter, so give me just a minute here. Hopefully that fixes things. Oh, roach!
Ever tell you about this sorcerer I knew? Couldn't stop talking about how useful they are as creatures.
Because you can brew potions from their blood?
No, because by eating rotting corpses they prevent epidemics.
Did he know they eat the living as well?
No. Really upset him too. His theory collapsed.
I just want to comment that I love how they have animated his mouth moving despite the fact at this point, if you're playing the game fluidly, you would be staring at his back because he's on a horse. So I love that. Let's speed this up a bit.
War is not exactly going our way.
We have a side.
The Northern Realms.
Radovid's realms, don't you mean? Temeria and Edirn are no more.
Radovid's pledged to restore the old borders as soon as he wins the war.
Believe that?
Gotta believe something. It's what keeps us going.
So that's a little bit not entirely book friendly, because alongside the navigating the lesser evil, Geralt's other concern is neutrality, although he's often pulled in one direction or another by varying factors, normally tied to something emotional, which is an ongoing struggle of his. This is not good combat. Yeah. Let's get him. Ooh, these drowners are pretty fast.
That stench.
Right. It's interesting how pervasive drowners are as a thing throughout the series, because they are, so far as I've read, not a huge component of the books. Ghouls come up a lot. I suppose they're the beach version of ghouls. They're necrophages. They have some basis in the local folklore. That obviously Sapkowski being a Polish gentleman, a lot of it is based in Slavic folklore, and some amount of it in Grimm's fairy tales. But yeah, I don't remember the drowners coming up so much. Do you know what would help me out a lot? If I use some oil. Let's oil my blades up. Since I've just had a fight, I should oil them in preparation for another. I'm going to use Hangman's Venom. Sure, there's a wolf around here and there he is. See him on the minimap. Excuse me. Wow. Oh, dealing that new game plus damage. Jeez. That was something else. So this is part of the challenge of my build. If you haven't seen the video that I will have put up before this with the contents of this build, it's not giving me a lot of advantage other than pure combat advantage, I guess. I also don't intend to be so rolly all the time. See? Dallied about. Let's hope that my autosave kicked in before then. It did. It did. Lovely. Yeah, so I don't leave myself a huge amount of advantage. Which is good. Like, I'm happy that I don't do that. Oh, we get given the Kaer Morhen armor anyway. Interesting. I could do some vanilla stuff with that. That would be real hardcore. No armor perks at all. Right. So. Oh my Christ. I'm not going to cut any of this, by the way, guys. This is unabridged. I didn't realize wolves would hit so hard, man. Like, the ghouls don't hit at all. Like, God, tanking hits from a ghoul, but... Huh, my oils are applied already. Thought I did that afterwards. Right. Oh my. So, right, first things first. Let's pop a little bit of everything. There we go. While we're out of combat, let's heal up properly. It might last a bit longer. Alright, that's one dead wolf. So long as the other... Nope. I was going to say, so long as it leaves me alone, Geralt wouldn't attack it, but... Ta-da! After, what was that? That's the third attempt. We have 2 dead wolves. I'm going to go tackle some bandits up here as well. And I fall into this ravine. Oh. Do a book educational playthrough, he said. That'd be good, he said. And it just turns into a frickin' blooper reel. Right. Potions don't stack, do they?
Come on.
So I don't know why I'm double tapping. Effects are static. Come on then. That might be the only combat advantage I've given myself, is that I'm using runes that have burning on them. So, Geralt's got a very... he's got some strong opinions about magic. He is not a fan of... Well, that failed. He's not a fan of sorcery, really, despite being a obvious fan of sorceresses. He's not a fan of magic. His mother was a sorceress, and yet, and Vilgefortz noted he has some talent with it, but he's not a fan of it, and he's not actually as... Ooh, okay, I see you up there. He's not actually as magically talented as some of the other less remarkable witches, such as Eskel. Oh, come on.
Hero, hey?
Ah, and I'm in combat, so I can't jump anymore, apparently. I can't wait for Joseph Anderson's analysis of The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt to go up, because he does really strong breakdowns of the combat systems. And one of my biggest bugbears with this game, which I really love, but one of my biggest problems with it is that once you're in combat, you suddenly can't move past the roots of trees and other minor inconveniences. You lose your tolerance for stuff. What is so spiky in that 2-foot drop that's killing me? God damn it. We're losing views by the second. And I've left Vesemir all on his own. He's probably very confused, screaming, "Wolf, come back." Here I am, gallivanting around, struggling to kill wolves. Where was I? Ah, yes. Geralt doesn't like magic. He's not a fan, basically. He trusts runes, simple forms of magic, but he notoriously despises portals, hates portals, and just finds sorcerers to be sneaky people that he's got very little time for. Alright, so if I can't get up there, I'm going to have to find my way down in a way that is safe. What is... Oh, bandit camp. This isn't the bandits I was looking for.
Oh, you're fucked.
I think you'll find you're on fire, mate.
You'll never learn.
You're a deserter, mate. That's ironic. Beautiful. Beautiful. Lovely little bit of combat. That's what we wanted. How am I to get down there without breaking my legs? How will I do it? This cliff face only gets longer. Alright, fine. Longer? Taller is what I meant. Longer. That's definitely not this.
Time to end this.
Apparently not, mate. So I have manual sheathings. That's a horrible combination of words. Manual sheathings. My sword sheaths and unsheaths itself. Assisted. I just thought it'd be helpful, but apparently it's much less helpful than I initially banked on. For those of you that are thinking, what is this guy doing? I am indulging myself, basically, because I hate when you stumble on guarded or hidden treasure, and it's actually a leaflet that's like, here's this another thing for you to do. But it's like the mission is overly simplistic. That's why I don't like it. It drives me mental. Like, honestly, looting Skellige was the worst thing on my original playthrough.
Could use a portal about now.
No. Thanks. Let me... Thank you. That's all I need. It's just a little bit of running ground. Yeah, looting Skellige took me ages and was just so frustrating.
We going?
Oh no. I see what I have done here.
Help me! Help!
Well, that's fine, I guess. That's one way to progress through the storyline. forward to fighting this upscaled griffin. I really am. I want to do a few smaller contracts first, but I'm very excited about it.
Has it gone?
Yeah. Come out.
Gods, that was close. I was sure I'd end up like my mare.
Provided you got lucky.
Your horse died quickly, but griffins like to toy with their prey. Eat it, alive, piece by piece.
Oh. You'd like a reward, I suppose.
Now, I'm gonna say you don't owe us a thing, because I didn't kill it. And witches are paid to kill and hunt the monster, not stumble into people and save them, so...
You don't owe us anything. You were in need. We helped.
And they call witches heartless. Say they won't lift a finger without pay.
They also say mice are born of rotting straw. Back to the trail.
Like I said, leads to the main road and ends there, muddled.
You seek someone?
Yeah, a woman.
Yes, a woman. Medium height, long black hair. Seen anyone like that?
No. But there's an inn here in White Orchard. Sole one around. Gets its share of travelers. Perhaps you'll learn something there? Besides, the innkeep's my cousin. Tell her Bram sent you. She'll treat you like family.
Not a bad idea. Especially since that wound needs cleaning.
Ah, beast barely grazed me. But sure, could use a good rye. Nice and cool, you know, straight from a cellar.
Let's go.
Right. So yeah, stumbled into that little bit of action. Not the smoothest bit of gameplay, but I found it. I found the brickwork tower thing. I don't know what that's really meant to be. Fallen bit of something. And now we can get rid of these guys.
Your arse is mine. Right, me lovers!
Come on, come closer.
What the fuck?
Come on. So good. I just love the combat. The actual content of it is so good. So, just to specify here, because I know someone will pick up on it, I am going to occasionally use Gwent. If I think the likelihood of being jumped is high, then I will use Gwent. And I know that there's somebody lurking around here. Right, so see this? That is the...
Gonna kill you!
Oh no.
Pathetic.
Sorry, well, I was trying to punctuate that. I left it open to be red. Do you guys prefer things red to you? I can do that. Location: Amaret Fortress. Persons taking part: Sir Ignatius Vieras, Bart, the Bailiff, Andreas, Bloom, Sir Ignatius underlings Kami Guardian Belzy. Suspect Colgrim, Witch of the Viper School. The Witcher Colgrim stand accused of kidnapping Viti, son of Paul, a beekeeper residing in White Orchard. Suspect was detained pending trial. Upon detention, he was searched and a diagram for the forging of a steel sword was found on his person. It is suspected this sword was used to intimidate or possibly kill the kidnapped child. It is likewise suspected the accused possesses other diagrams for the forging of death-dealing implements, though none have been found to date. Sir Ignatius has requested the Witcher undergo preliminary interrogation with the application of torture. This will take place once a torturer with the proper qualification has been found. Addendum: it was later discovered drowners were responsible for the boy's disappearance. Unfortunately, Colgrim died before his information reached the investigators. For rather than face the baronet's judgment, he chose trial by ordeal. Sir Ignatius agreed in order he cleanse the Verrier's family crypt of spectres. Colgrim never emerged from said crypt. It's highly likely the motley wraith, spectres, and evil powers residing therein proved too much for him. There you go. I can read it for you if you want. But yeah, the angrily scrawled note is an example of both the incredibly vigilant world building or world expansion, I guess, because Mr. Sapkowski invented the world, built it. But definitely the expansion of it. In the game design, it's meticulously thought through, because if just around White Orchard, those little notes all point you in the direction of the bandit camps and how they're tied together and all the surrounding treasures and such. But it's a good example of the breadcrumb trail kind of treasure hunting quest that I'm less interested. I'd rather there were more genuine Witcher contracts in the post game or just in the game in general, because I guess they're not differentiated between post game and current game. But I wish there were more contracts than just these little.
And ye, could ye deliver us from Morhen?
Just these little
So,
breadcrumb trail.
Griffin this close to the village. Strange.
My thoughts exactly. In a forest to the mountain, sure, but here, near the main road.
Vesemir?
Maybe it's the war. Corpses everywhere, the stench of blood, burnt flesh. Drives monsters crazy sometimes.
Men, too.
Where are you?
We need to watch ourselves in White Orchard. And we should leave as soon as we learn anything.
Ah, there he is. Talking to the absence of me. Yeah, I'd prefer the actual witchering to the hunting of treasure. But in fairness, in a strictly book canon, unless there was another convergence that I was unaware of, dropping more monsters, then actually treasure hunting is more book canon at this stage in the chronology, because witchers get paid a pittance and they do a really good job. Like, there's less need for them anymore. You know, monsters are a supply and demand, or monster hunting I should say is a supply and demand business, and there's not much supply of monsters, so there's not a huge demand for witchers. So I guess what I'm saying is
Looking for trouble?
Oh no. I keep walking into cutscenes. I guess what I'm saying is that I wish there was more opportunity for witchering, but it's not inaccurate that there's far more loot spread through the world than there are monsters to kill.
What? Take that down before there's trouble.
That is a coat of arms, the Temerian lilies. They've a right to hang there.
This ain't Temeria no more, old man. It's Nilfgaard now.
My arse it is.
Witches?
I'll not drink with Weaverlost freaks.
Beg your pardon for those thugs.
No need. We're used to it.
Folk are jumpy round here. Armies just passed through. Now a griffin's prowling about.
Already had the pleasure. Ran into your kinsman, Bram.
Bram? How is he?
Alive. Sends his regards.
Master Witches. Food and drink on the house. What can I get you?
Hello. Because I never noticed before, but you just get 4 chicken legs in your inventory, which is, you know, it's nice. It's nice that anything that you get for free in this game is nice because you need every bit of it. The stronger you get, the more expensive stuff gets. That's probably one of the most unrealistic things about the game so far as...
Show me what you got behind the counter.
So far as the books go, anyway. Because in the books, Geralt's poor, but he's not poor because everywhere's ludicrously expensive. He's poor because no one will pay him to kill monsters, and there's less monsters to kill than before. Whereas the poverty that you can induce yourself into in the games is mostly based around just piss poor economies. So the reason that I just bought all that is purely to make white gold for things like I don't really know what they're called. The powders like albedo and rubido and stuff like that, just in case I need them in the future.
Pretty busy place you got.
Nations on the move. Some search for kin, others just want to get out of the way of the armies. They all need food, drink, and a night's rest in warmth.
So, war's been good for your trade?
Aye, so far. But it'd be best to know peace again. Times like these, you never know what tomorrow will bring.
There a contract on that griffin?
Nay, not at the moment. Used to be. Soon as a beast had built a nest nearby, the alderman would start a collection, or go to the Lord for help. Now the aldermen don't use the privy without asking the Black One's permission first. And seems they hanged the Lord. So no contract.
Shame. We might have done something, but not for free.
Cheers, Vesemir, you crotchety old git.
Looking for a woman. Raven-haired, violet eyes, dresses in black and white. Riding in from Willoughby. And, strange as it sounds, lilac and gooseberries might have smelled that.
I've not seen nor smelt such a lady. Believe I'd remember.
Yeah, especially hard to forget this one.
Plenty of travellers about, though. Folk from all over. Might be worth your while to ask after her.
Fabulous.
Thanks for everything.
Don't think I haven't seen him in the corner either. I've seen him.
Help you bandage that up?
Please. I'm not decrepit yet.
Then I'll ask about Yennefer.
Just remember, we'd rather not draw any attention.
Here, Black One's been out measuring the fields.
Let him measure. Better that than burning the harvest.
Oh, Drommel, you're dumber than a headless cockerel. Why are they marking out them lines, eh? To parcel out their patrimony. Give it to their own.
There are 4 factions.
4 what?
Factions!
Factions, teams, suits, similar to clubs and spades, except each suit has its own face cards. There are also special cards.
Wouldn't you rather play war? It's like to be near dawn before you get your game in my noggin.
Brilliant.
What a waste of time. The Earth shall revolve around the sun before you comprehend these rules.
Nice. Medieval astrology
Got a
reference.
minute?
Love it.
Why not? Aldert Geert, Assistant Professor in Contemporary History at Oxenfurt Academy.
Is it astrology
Geralt
or
of
astronomy?
Rivia, Witcher with tenure. I'm looking for a woman. Long hair, dressed in black and white.
Only, I think.
Seen anyone like that?
Of course not. Unlike the populace, I know the horsewoman of war is pure poppycock.
Horsewoman of war? What's that about?
Folk say an omen. A beautiful phantom rides the fields at night, looks as you described her. Armies follow her, and all who cross her path meet with misfortune.
I can vouch for the last bit. Know where they saw her?
No, facts interest me, not fairy tales.
You're highly strung, son.
Not a place I'd ever expect to find a scholar. Take it you're fleeing the war?
Quite the opposite. Chasing it. I'm headed for the front.
Tired of life?
I seek knowledge, which I value more than life itself. I've a thirst no dusty old tomes can quench. I wish to see the Nilfgaardian invasion with my own eyes, understand it, and record it all in my chronicle, my magnum opus.
Take my advice. Go back to your books while you can. War's no game. No faculty meetings to attend, no tenure to gain, end notes to compile. First soldier you see'll kill you.
Why would he do that? Me? A neutral civilian? A scholar?
Boots.
Come again?
Kill you for your boots.
He'll kill you for your boots.
Man, the first time I played this game and he said that, I felt it. I was like, God damn, the world's horrible and it's not that much better now.
War reached Novigrad yet?
Nope, but it's only a matter of time. Nilfgaard on one bank, Redania on the other, drooling over the city like dogs over a juicy bone.
Many a ruler's choked on that bone.
Oi, oi.
True. We value our liberty in Novigrad, and we know how to fight for it.
The scholars especially.
The sword is not the only weapon. Do not forget, architects from our academy designed the city walls. Walls no war machine has ever crumbled.
Farewell.
Gotta go. So long.
A moment, Witcher. You strike me as a man of the world. Are you familiar with Gwent?
No, and I don't have time to learn.
But the rules are quite simple. Come, let's play.
Do we really want to play Gwent? As a fan of Magic the Gathering, I am not a fan of Gwent. I find it too simplistic, and I'm also too bad at it for exactly the same reason. But let's...
Why not?
Splendid!
If you want
Here's
to
how
get
it's
to know
done.
me a bit, you see how badly I play Gwent. Although I do like the fact that Gwent is it's nice and referential to I see. Maybe I'm too thick for this. Sorry, what I was trying to say is it's referential to... What do you call it? Lore. Sorry, I'm pulling blanks because I'm having to play Gwent. Yeah, it's referential to the lore. So, you got Siegfried from the first game, you got Kira Metz, and you got Deathmold as well, who's called Detmold in the books because... the books are a little less ridiculous. But you've also got Yarp and Zegrin who appears in the books. Yeah, and it's all over the shop. You can find interesting little references. I'm showing you an empty catalogue because the Gwent decks aren't carried over. This is a shambles. The next upload is going to be a lot tighter, I swear on my life. This is an absolute shambles. Right. See, I don't even know what the optimum deck is for it, because it's almost too simple for me. I say that without arrogance. I totally mean it. I don't want this guy in my deck anymore. Oh, screw it, let's just play it. Let's just play the game, goddammit. I've got the difficulty set to easy anyway, because, you know, I'm thick like that. Tell you what I will give Gwent. That like bongo beat in the back. That slaps, man. That's awesome. I love it. Right. Rude. Alright. I'll be like that, you be like that. I'm gonna pass it. Sorry, this is the perfect opportunity for my ceaseless bloody ramblings, but I'm so focused on not losing Gwent. I've always had this problem. Like, it's one little factoid about me. I've always had this issue with finding complex things relatively easy to understand and simple things blowing my mind, and Gwent I just don't get. Don't get the appeal. Like, I don't know. I don't have words for it. Let's go. Let's go for the big finish. Damn, son, 47.
Well, you've a knack for this game. If you ever find yourself in Oxenfurt and wish to play a true master, ask for Stepan. A simple innkeep by trade, but a true maestro when it comes to Gwent.
I'll remember that. Thanks.
Right, now that escapade's out of the way, let's go talk to this fellow. Now, I wonder... of what sort of importance he might be.
Looking for a woman.
Like everyone.
Not like everyone. And not just any woman. Mine smells of lilac and gooseberries, dresses in black and white.
2 schnapsies. It'll lift your spirits.
Do you know what I find really uncomfortable about Gaunter O'Dim is that he looks exactly like my first ever boss. And he was like a wheeler-dealer middleman as well. So maybe it's something about the look. Geralt would skip to the point with these frivolities.
Finding her. That'll lift my spirits.
You look haggard. It's just a few drops to improve your mood. A little schnapsies never hurt a soul.
Can we cut to the chase? You seen her or not?
Yennefer of Vengerberg.
Never mentioned her name?
Yet you described her perfectly. And once I hear something, I never forget. Can't help it.
And who might you be?
What do you do? Who are you?
A mangy vagrant. Gaunter O'Dim, at your service.
Vagrant? That a profession now?
Once a merchant of mirrors. The madding crowd dubbed me Master Mirror, or the Man of Glass.
And how do you know Yen?
How do you know Yennefer?
What a question. Master Dandelion's ballads, of course. The only way a humble merchant might hope to rub up against greatness. Unless, that is, he's as lucky as I am.
And runs into a very patient witcher.
Into Geralt of Rivia himself. The Butcher of Blaviken.
I'm not going to ask if you know, like, how he knows who I am, because he's clearly a man in the know. Geralt would just be like, right, well, people know that I'm the Butcher, that's fine.
You seen Yennefer?
Deepest apologies, but I must ask. Is this about love?
Again, of course it's about love.
Guessed it. It's love.
I knew it at once.
What do you know? Tell me.
Before you appeared, it never occurred to me that might have been Yennefer. Who would have thought?
Get to the point.
An Nilfgaardian scout from the local garrison saw her.
Where?
At their camp. She rode in there. Dark of night. Black and white. Gooseberries and... Yes, I know. Had a terse exchange with the garrison commander and raced off.
Where to?
I'm not omniscient. Ask at the garrison.
Liar.
Thanks.
We men of the road must stick together. Perhaps one day I'll be in trouble and you'll be nearby to help.
I don't like that dude, man. So I was just admiring myself, because actually this is not far off of how I'd imagine Book Geralt to look. Especially the gauntlets. Those single studs on the knuckles. That's directly referenced in either Blood of Elves or Time of Contempt. Let me just see if I left anything in my stash. Venomous Viper Silver, Steel, and the Testament Nagir. Well, that's no use to me now.
Done drinking?
Mm-hmm.
Then fuck off.
Rude.
Don't want your kind here.
Lesser evil pickaxey.
Haven't done anything to you, so just calm down.
Course not. You done nothing.
Horson's working witchcraft. Get him!
Rippy soldier!
You're dead!
I do not like fist fights.
My gran told me about sneaking. I went to have a witch at the
Nice
hate
meeting
the
you.
fist fights because I'm terrible at them.
Wham bam, they knocked his head off.
Aye, so it were. Except it was some drowner that had sapped on the kid. Witcher had naught to do with it. What did the folk do? Tain't like they could have sewed his head back on. Word is, they laid his corpse to rest. Hush, hush, and quick.
Oh, that's cool. I never stopped to listen to them tell that story all the way before.
Biped Hellraiser.
Sharp. And that's they're revealing the fact that that report that I read earlier is falsified, and he was killed and buried.
Will you raise a glass with me?
It's Dervin now. D-E-R.
It's raining, it's pouring, and Vermeer's snoring. He bumped his head when he went to bed and wet himself good morning.
Okay, so we got the stuff that we want off of that board. Geralt's a businessman. He cuts to the chase. He doesn't want to read random crap. Like, he reads books for knowledge. He's actually quite eloquent in the books. He's quite well read. They give him, in both the games and the Netflix adaptation, they've given him this weird, like, unscholarly vibe. Like he's a simple... Not that being a tradesman doesn't involve knowledge, obviously. That's not what I'm saying. But they give him, like witchering is not something that requires a vast knowledge of things. Right, Bastian, my brother, went off to fight the Black Ones. I've reason to think he stood in the great battle nearby. He's not returned to this day, like many others you'll say, and you'll be in the right. But if he fell, and I know it's like he did, I'd give him up to the ground the least. Oh. I see, it's written in that medieval, peculiar Yoda tense. But if he fell, and I know it's like he did, I'd give him up to the ground at least, like our fathers have done, always. I'd bury him neath the barrow where our parents lie, not leave his corpse to be ate by the corpses prowling the battleground. So I seek a man brave, able with a sword, and willing to venture out with me to find Bastian. I won't pay much, for I've not much to give, but I'm not stingy with gratitude, and sure to show it a plenty. Any man willing to help, look for a raised hut along the road to White Orchard, just near the bridge. I've made camp there. Dune Vildenfurt. Good folk, I know there's a war on and every man's got trouble enough of his own, but perhaps there's one of you that could help a father in need. You'll surely know the well in the ruined village, and the devil that guards it with a jealous fury, and if you don't know, well, come and ask and I'll tell you about it. Whoever drives that monster away from the well will get a fat purse full of gold. Just don't tarry, for it's an urgent matter. Ottolan. Cool.
What do you mean? I know what they named you.
Please comment if you don't want me to stop and read things, because if you don't want me to stop and read things, that's fine.
Jetty.
100%.
Yes!
What happened here?
Oh, got a wee bit chilly the night, so I set fire to my forge. Got it nice and roaring. Roasted some wieners.
You're a wiener.
What do you think happened, dimwit? Some bugger set alight me workshop. I've lost everything. Everything!
Don't insult me.
Easy on the insults. I could add to your misfortune. Any suspects?
Whole damned village. I've lived here half a century. Thought they saw me as one of their own. But everything changed when the Black Ones came. I'm the only smith around, so I got to service their garrison. Bang dents out of plate, shoe horses. That sort of thing. Nilfgaardians don't pay me a bloody copper. Just give me supplies and orders. But humans can't fathom that. They think I'm getting rich off their misfortune. That I sleep on a pile of gold like a ploughing dragon. They've stopped talking to me. Spit when I pass. And now this.
I can find your arsonist, provided you're willing to pay.
I've not much left, but I'll give you all if you bring me that horse in, so that he gets what he deserves. The night of the fire, I heard movement outside my hut. Went out to see if I could find any tracks, but found nothing. But then I haven't got cat eyes, have I? Good luck.
Righty-ho. So, let's go get this git. There it is.
Shavings from a tinderbox. Arsonist must have lit his torch here, tossed it on the roof, then fled through the orchard.
So there's not really much to say in comparison to the books regarding little quests like this, because they don't tend to be things that Geralt would have volunteered himself for, but I presume desperation for work leads you to be like this, I guess.
Took off his boots and went in the water. Probably wanted to cover his trail.
Devil sits in the old oak tree, brewing cider with devilish glee, drinks it down in greedy slugs, then come Morhenhausen, me devil-head hurts.
Brilliant.
Can't decide.
Something jumped out of the rushes. Drowners. But he managed to escape. Lost his boots in the rush.
Sure to be poison.
Oh, Bram.
Not so sure. Who knows?
Hey, hey.
We meet again.
Thank you for saving me. People say all kinds of things about witches, but I've always known yours to be an honourable guild.
So you managed to salvage some goods?
Yes, but I await the repair of my wagon. As time passes, my losses grow. Do you need something? I'll let it go half free.
Oh, a beautiful man. With a wonderful bowl
Let me
cut.
have a look at your stock.
How much is it? Yeah, let's buy it all anyway. And that. I kind of not really started, but considered collecting all of the various complete sets of horse gear, because I like their neat little stylings. I mean, even long after I'd been to Skellige and found, like,
take care,
the Unvig stuff for... Look at that goose, look at it go. Go on goose, inconvenience people.
My gran told me about the Smith's boy. Lad so folk nabbed a witch and was hunting nearby. Started poking him arse.
Yeah, I, long after going to Skellige, had Roach decked out in Nilfgaardian fatigues, because it's just a nice uniform for a horse, man.
Trail ends here,
for a horse,
but I'll recognize him by his wounds.
Not for a horseman, not for a centaur. Well, yes, for a centaur. Centaurs would look good in it too.
Drowner claw marks. It's gotta be him.
Come on, you little twerp.
Nasty wound. Run into a drowner?
What the fuck do you care?
Whoa, our arsonist's a charmer too. Come on, Smith wants to talk to you.
I not talk to a non-human. Sons of bitches all, and dwarves are the worst. Greedy little magpies, do anything for gold, they will. They forge the blades the black ones put to our throats, am I not right? Listen, we can work this out man to man. I give you gold, you don't turn me in.
He looks a little bit.
Mum died a while back and I sold her tools. I've spent some, but what's left is yours.
He looks a little bit like Jaskier from the Netflix adaptation. No, Geralt can't be bought and he's got a contract to do.
Magpies and dwarves might be greedy, but I'm not. Can't buy me.
Then I'll beat your fucking mug to a pulp!
Oh, I'm so tempted to say try me, but lesser evil.
Calm down. Now follow me.
Alright, come on.
Gotta go. Apologize.
up and at 'em.
What's going on?
Here you go. One village pyromaniac in the flesh.
Nap? You? I knew your mum for years. Charged her nary a
Smiling like an
This
idiot.
is how you repay me. I've had enough. Hey, soldier. A minute of your time, please.
No! Willis, I beg you. I was drunk. Didn't know what I was doing.
I've told you, Master Willis. We will help you rebuild once reinforcements come. The supplies have been ordered.
Not what this is about, mate. This here's the Arsonist. A witcher found him.
The forge was important to the garrison. Destroying it was sabotage. No trial needed here. Just a tree.
I haven't the slightest resentment for that. But Geralt is sarcastic in nature, so he'd say...
Villagers will really love you now.
Well, no, I don't give a flying fuck about them. You know, I hated the Black Ones at first, like everybody else did. Now I'm thinking they might just bring order to this place. Teach these layabouts some manners. But enough about that. Your reward. And I managed to save some things from the fire. Anvil's still whole, so I'm sure I can bang something out on it. You need anything, let me know. Give you a good price.
Cheers, Willis. So that's, what do you call it? That's assimilation at work, straight away. The whole, you know, I thought that they were evil and all that gear. And
It's raining,
now he thinks they're
pouring,
alright.
Emperor near snoring. He bumped his head when he went to bed and wet himself no more.
The Goodman's boy knows a merchant who travelled to Nilfgaard once. Oh, the strange things he saw.
I don't know why I'm walking on foot. Sorry guys, I'm wasting your time. Yeah. Thanks if you stuck with me, especially through that escapade of the whole trying to climb up the bricks and trying to survive some wolves. Ooh. Who's this?
I swear it.
Oh, it's not. Yes!
Lost your key, ma'am?
No, not me key. Me pan. It always sat there empty, this hut. That is, till the night afore the battle. A man arrived. Walked right in like 'twere his own. Was standing at me window, peering at the goings on. He must have eyed me, 'cause next I knew, there he was, coming my way.
Amazing.
So, I grabbed me pan, for protection, see? But he just asks all polite, Gran, got any birch bark by chance? Lilac berries or even a few coals? Nay, says I. And you must be right daft to pester folk at night with such foolery. But I sees he ain't listening. Just staring at me pan like a magpie at a copper. Lend it to me, Gran. I'll give it back come morn. Was right baffled for what's he doing, frying in the dark. But I've got a soft heart, so I gave it to him.
Truly a fascinating tale.
Fascinating story. Any chance you're nearing the end?
Afore dawn, another rode up to the hut. But come morn, only the first fella left. Locked the door, hopped on his horse, and that were all I saw of him, and me pan. 'Twere old, black with soot, not worth much, I suppose, but I've no other. Will you help me, dearie? Bring an old widower pan. I could never break down that door myself. And in truth, I'm afeard to go in any road. Such a stench wafting out. Methinks the other fellow, well, that he's lying there.
Yeah, I'll help.
Never taken on a pan contract. Fine, I'll go in, look
this is
around.
everybody's favourite
You
quest,
should wait
huh?
here, just in case.
Alright.
A corpse explains the stench. His throat, he was garroted. And some old scars. Kind of soldier might have.
What's that, dearie?
Nothing. His
No,
throat,
don't read
he
it
was
again.
garroted. And some old scars. Kind of soldier might have.
But when I
A
gallop
priceless
to
frying
myself,
pan.
they say I'm going barmy.
Scrubbed clean. Looks like the mystery man didn't need the pan so much as the soot off it to make ink, write letters.
Found the pan, have you?
It's nice to know she's patient. What is that on the floor?
Cracked monocle. Interesting.
Is it?
Found the pan, have you?
Ah. I assure you I had no need for any rotten flesh, but apparently I take that anyway.
Documents, almost entirely burnt. A few pieces still legible.
And when you arrange to meet, you fucking show up. I did, risking my life, and the entire blasted operation, I ended up standing there with me ploughing cock in my hands, waiting for nothing. I thought the Nilfgaardian army was better organised than that, but you... Tell that blessed Lord General of yours that me and my companions don't hold grudges, so we won't break off negotiations. Since our old plan's gone tits up, this time we'll choose a time and place for next meeting. Oh. Sorry, it said one of two at the big top, and I thought it meant...
Found the pan, have you?
Shut up, woman! And I thought it was, the second half to the letters. So, one of the rules that I'm implementing for this playthrough is I'm not looting the living unless I'm given free invitation to do so, but if they're dead, it's fair game. Same for abandoned places.
Here, your frying pan.
Mine? But mine were black with soot. And I could see myself in this one if I wanted. But them years are past.
It was the soot the man needed. He scraped it off to make ink. Must have had an urgent letter to write. Urgently burned some other documents too.
And the other fellow?
Dead. Round up a few boys and bury him outside the village. Deep, so the necrophages don't dig him up. And take my advice. Don't mention this to the Nilfgaardians.
Hang about! You've earned a token of thanks. Here, sonny, for the road. Fry up a nice white fish for supper. Or a pike.
You know, I've actually never completed that contract, purely because I never felt the need to play it out, considering how much of a meme that contract is. But hey ho, it's a good deed. Oh, don't mind me just punching plants. Oh, no. Alright, okay. So yeah, as I was saying earlier, I'm only going to use Gwent when I feel like I'm going to get jumped or immediately overwhelmed. I'm not leveling it, I'm aware, as many people already are. And I'm about to tell you... Oh, there you go. I'm about to tell you if you're not already aware. God damn, hope I don't have to do that frying pan thing again. Quen in the books is the active shield version. Yay.
Fry up a nice white fish for supper.
Or
a pike.
Yeah, it's the active version. So the sort of bubble / dome Although it doesn't absorb vitality, it's literally just a shield. So there's kind of like there's Quen, which is a physical barrier, and then there is Heliotrope, which is a magical barrier, I guess. It's I guess like the difference between physical and special in Pokemon. But yeah, it's described as being like the second incarnation, the alt mode in Witcher 3 is how it's described in the book. But I am not leveling it. I'm just going to use it as they've given it to us and take it for granted. And I'm only going to use it if I think I'm about to get jumped or completely overwhelmed. Because like I said, this playthrough is pretty much unabridged.
Freak.
I think those plums are wreaking havoc on my gut.
Brilliant. Yeah, the playthrough is unabridged. This is as it's happening.
Damn dear.
So every time I die, I'm wasting your time. So far, it seems the only things that can actually kill me are wolves.
Looking for trouble?
No, I've actually forgotten as well. I forgot that there are ghouls on the other side of the hill where you first pop up.
Whoa, Master Witcher!
Come across well, don't come across Vesemir, but where you first start with Vesemir and you come across that first lot of ghouls. There are more. I just want to go up and discover the garrisons. Then what I'll do is call it a day here. Right. So I'm going to call it a day there for this part. And then we're going to finish up around White Orchard the next part. It's going to be a little bit tight. Oh, I thought it was just a floating box. It's going to be a little bit tighter next time. Alright? Trust me on that. This is my sort of unprepared, didn't realise I'd get to record today, so I've taken the opportunity and I'm a little bit off script and less focused. But that being said, if you have liked this, please give it a like. If you've disliked it, let me know what to do better. And subscribe if you want more, because there's gonna be more whether you like it or not. Ta-ta for now.